Hi guys. Good boy. Sounds like. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Flash Friday. Today we're going to be doing what we do every morning. Hey buddy, so they kind of go through the routine, how we start the day, what we do. You're a good dog. And later on we're going to do a little bit of training with him. And then after that we're going to be doing... We're going to be going over to the field. It's absolutely pouring down. But we're going to be going over to the field anyway, playing some frisbee when the sun comes up. And playing with his flashing ball while it's still dark. Probably going to see Buddy over there, it's one of his friends. Flash, you want to come and sit and wait? Good lad. Buddy is a Patterdale. And hopefully we'll get to see him too. I don't know how his owner feels about him being on film just yet. To keep it festive and seasonal, we come up with a little song instead of just saying our normal 3 words that we say. I can't say them because he'll run over to his bowl and he's actually dribbling all over the floor. I don't know if you can see that. So we're going to say it in the a seasonal greetings way. In the, I can't remember the name of the band, but it's like, feed the dog. Let him know it's breakfast time. Anyway, just a little bit of silliness before we start. I'm going to knock the video on the head, get some toast in my stomach, and then we're going to start some training. Okay guys, so we're going to do a little bit of training with him now. Got myself my English show lead. It's just basically a loop, a slip knot, put it in a twist, and pop it over his nose once it's around his head. So when you pull on this, it doesn't actually do anything but apply pressure to the side of his nose. So it's not choking him, it's just pulling on this part. If you imagine this is his neck, this is his nose. If I pull here, the only part that tightens is around his nose. It's not actually going tight around his nose, it's just pulling his nose to one side. So if he's walking and he wants to pull forward, in actual fact his head just turns to the side, because when he pulls, it's pulling him to the side. Steady. And you don't just have to do this with a toy, you can do it with whatever currency you want. Stay, 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 stay. So for him, this is really hard. Stay. Because he really wants this treat. Stay. Wasn't so interested in the toy, but when you find the thing that makes him interested, stay. And you know you're on the right lines to train him. Because if he's so distracted by this that he's look at his head. He really wants this. He's dribbling. But he's only going to get it if he stays, and he knows that. Stay. Good, very good. You put him into the position that you started off with, so for example stay. You'd walk away from the dog if you were doing a different type of stay, like a distance stay. And wherever you started, we started in a finish, and this is kind of as close to a finish as I'm going to get right now. And that's where you break him off and praise him. You're such a good boy staying there all that time. Good dog. Even your leads come off. There we go. Good. There's a good lad. Hey. Good boy, well done. Sit and down. So ideally, I want him down here in a straight line. but I'm not going to argue over it right now because I'm working on the stay with distraction, not the heel work down. So flash, stay. Start with a toy. This is kind of easy for him. The toy, he's not too fussed about that. Now if I did that with food, he'd snap it up. Let me see if I can get you in a better shot. Hopefully that's a little bit better. It's probably really hard to see where he is on this map, on the map, because it's black, so again I apologise for that. Flash, stay. Don't think about it, just stay. 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 Very good boy. Very good boy. So I was really pushing him there, as you could tell. And at the end, I didn't want to speak because I didn't want to break his concentration. But I held out the food in front of him. And at first he went forwards to sort, so maybe I could just get my tongue out and just give it a quick, maybe knock it off his hand. And then I said stay, and instead of doing that, he turned his eyes and his face away from the food, as in to say, I know you want me to not take the food. I understand that I'm not taking the food. And that's where I said, well, that's it. That's exactly the message that I'm trying to get across. So we're going to leave the stay for now, and we're going to stand up and release him from it. Right, so you can see his demeanour at the minute with this lead on. It's loose. It's loose on his face. There's nothing physically stopping him. He could just walk away if he wanted to. But the thought of it on his face puts him in the zone, sort of in the training zone. So if you're having trouble with your dog at any stage, this is the first step back to take. Pop a lead on him. So if we take this off, you'll see a different type of dog. Straight away. Hey bud, you're different, aren't you, if you've got your lead on? So he's free. He's already wandering around, looking for food, whereas he was stood like a statue, waiting for my command. Now, he's putting his own needs first, and having a nosy. He'll probably try and get in this treat pouch in a minute. He'll get cheekier and cheekier until the point where you tell him to stop. And that's the boundary testing. See? That's the boundary. He would never have done that, honestly. So that's the boundary testing phase that all dogs go through, all puppies go through. Mate, come on back on me. No. Come on. There we go. And you'll see straight away the difference in him when this goes back on. I'm doing a bad job of putting this on, aren't I? There we go. Done. So you see straight away the difference in the dog. I'm not even holding the lead. But he's not trying to get at the food. He's not jumping on the counters, which he would do if we were sat on the counters. His demeanour, his tail, everything about him, stood kind of like a statue, kind of like on edge. He's not afraid, he's not anxious, he's not nervous, he's just in the zone. He's just like, he's focused, ready for me to say something. So for example, spin, come on. Good boy. Good boy, and sit. Good dog. Right down. Wait. So he doesn't necessarily enjoy having this lead on, and over his nose it's probably uncomfortable, but if you can get your dog into this mentality, it is far easier to have a working social life around him. You come home and he's going crazy, he won't listen to you, you're trying to make your dinner or you're trying to do something. It's going to be really hard unless you've got something that just stabilises your dog. Now this doesn't have to be said for all dogs, but for my dog in particular and for most puppies, this sort of work combined with treat work it'll have a really big effect on the dog's behaviour. Okay? So just to show you again, in case you think I'm doing something, I'll take it off. Instantly broke his thing. Instantly. Now he'll just start to wander around, sniff about, and eventually, as if he's on cue, eventually go for the treat pouch. Yeah, I know you backed away there. That is the sort of things that he's going to want to do. He's not hungry, he's just had his breakfast and he's getting treats. He's just a puppy. Aren't you, bud? You're just pushing the boundaries to see what you can get away with. You're just a cheeky little monkey bear. Alright guys, so if you are struggling with a dog at any point of its life at all and you want some training or some advice or anything, my advice is free, but I mean if you want it 24/7, it does come with the training that I do. It's £10 an hour and we can do like 1 or 2 hours a week. You can stop or start it whenever you want, there's no obligation, anything like that. I am fully insured with KCAI and I'm glad to work in any way that you want. I will go through the traditional style or I will go through the more positive treat works that I do with Flash. However, if I am going through traditional training and we're using just toys as a reward, I will advise you I won't be using any sort of prong collars, shock collars or choke chains or anything like that. This is as far as I need to go when it comes to training. If this isn't working, then we need to take an even bigger step back. So, thanks guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit short and sweet. I'm going to take him out into the field and do some frisbee work with him.